What's up, guys? We are live, and we have a good card this Saturday. Actually, I'm sorry, not Saturday. Friday, we got the main event: Dominic Reyes versus Chris Weidman, UFC Boston, UFC on ESPN 6, and I think it's a really good card, especially on free TV. Well, not free TV on ESPN Plus, but you know what I mean. A lot of good fights. Co-main event's good. I feel like it's a banging card, man. Really good card in Boston, and before we talk about this card, let's talk about last week real quick. It was a good night, man. Nico Price was one of my favorite fighters, and I favored him because I thought Vic was live. I thought the line was off, and yeah, I was completely off on that fight. Congrats to Price on that win. That was a crazy knockout. Um, yeah, so it was a minus 1.37 unit on the night. I cashed on Favola. I thought Favola did win the first and the third. I know a lot of people thought that Pena won, but I still think Favola won the fight. And then I lost my other bet on Andrew Sanchez. Vittori just kind of dominated him. But on the other fights in the card, JJ dominated Waterson. Cub Swanson got a good win versus Cone Gracie. Gracie thought that he won the fight, but he clearly lost. Ribas beat Dern was a good win. Mike Davis smoked Thomas Gifford. Yeah, so Cheeto beat Andre Ewell. There is a good card. Let me read the comments real quick. Let's see. What's up, DK Plays? So going with All American the time. Yeah, we'll be talking about that main event, man. It's a close fight. I've been going back and forth in that fight. I've seen a lot of people, max bet Reyes. I don't, yeah, I don't think so, man. It's a close fight. I wouldn't max bet Reyes here, but then again, I'm not trying to play juice, So, um, yeah, Gifford. I feel bad for Gifford, man. He took a beating. I don't know how he's gonna look coming off that fight. Um, I thought he was at the bottom of the division anyways, but he's a tough guy. But he took a beating. I don't know, man. I don't know where he goes. I don't know who they're going to give him next. I say he takes a year off, and then maybe they give him like, damn, I don't know. Like, who'd he give him? Like, coconut bombs? Like, I don't know, man. Whoever, yeah, I don't know. I don't, as of right now, I don't know who he could be. But he's definitely at the bottom. Yeah, let's dive in this card, man. So, first fight of the night. Let me check real quick. We got the order's not really like updated yet, but I'm just gonna go off what I think. So first fight of the night, we got Daniel Spitz versus Tanner Boser. This is a really low level fight. For heavyweight, Boser's making his debut. He was supposed to fight some Brazilian guy that popped, I think, a couple months ago. He's the Canadian big country. He has a lot of experience. He's fought some pretty decent competition in Russia. I think he's 16-5. Good leg kicks. Good pressure, good chin. His cardio is pretty good. Daniel Spitz, I don't think he's that good. Like I mentioned, both these guys, I think, are at the bottom of the division. Spitz is, just your typical guy. He has good movement. He has tall man defense. He's been knocked out multiple, I think twice. I think Boser has before, but I think Boser has a better chin. Spitz gets hit a lot, and Spitz gasses as well. Spitz definitely has, decent striking, I think. Yeah, he knocked out Hamilton, but who hasn't knocked out Hamilton? I don't think this fight hits the mat. I think Boser, has advantage in the clinch. I think, like I said, he has good weight kicks, and it's just a really low level fight. So I'm gonna go with Boser with the win. I think he can win a decision, but yeah, I'm not touching this fight. So next fight we got Mcgee versus Sean Brady. Now, I've actually been really hyped on this Brady kid. I feel like should have been in the UFC a long time ago. He's only 26 years old. He's undefeated. He was supposed to debut in Philadelphia, but he didn't. Yeah, he's good. I like this guy a lot. He's a great prospect. I think that he's going to be a really good prospect at 170. I can see this guy going pretty far. He's good everywhere. He has really good relentless pressure. He has really good striking. He's a BJJ black belt. He has really good wrestling, good grappling, good top control, good ground and pound. He's athletic. He's strong. He's not the biggest 170 pounder. I think he's like, kind of average, but he's just really, really, really good, man, in my opinion. Obviously, he is on the regional scene, or he was in the scene, so he's fought a lot of, regional competition. But poor McGee's probably the best guy he's fought. But I mean, McGee's on the tail end of his career. I think he's wrote a stat down. I think he's like what? Yeah, so he's lost 4 of his last 6 fights. Even though I thought he beat Killer B, but and the last fight with Weidman was pretty close to be honest. But because McGee, he's at the end of his career, but like he's not some job or anything. Like the guy has good boxing, the guy has good pressure, he has really good cardio. But I just think a guy like Brady is just going to neutralize him. He's better everywhere, and I actually think Brady's going to finish him. And I think Brady could hurt him on the feet, and I think Brady could actually take him down. I mean, Diego Lima even took down Corey McGee. He's been taken down before too. So I'm gonna go with Sean Brady I'm gonna go with the finish in the second round, and I think he's gonna make a statement. I think he deserves a big step up next, man. I really do. John Brady's for real, man. Um, so next fight we got Brandon Allen versus Kevin Holland. This is a really good fight. I like this fight. It's close. I actually like Kevin Holland a lot. I'm a believer in him. He does mess around a lot though. Like I do think he beat GM3. The last fight with Italy, I thought he won too. But I mean, he fucks around too much. But I mean, he's really talented. Then on his best day, he could beat Jeff Neal. He's a big 185 pounder. He's really athletic. He has really good striking. You don't want to take this guy to the mat because he has really good grappling too. He's a brown belt, man. I mean, this guy's can scramble. He's good. I feel like he's good everywhere, man. He has a great chin. Look at the Santos fight. I mean, he took, some big shots. So he almost tapped out Santos. He even hurt Santos on the feet. I think he's good everywhere. I just really wish that, he just quits, messes around in there, man. I mean, I feel like we could see a stay big man for Kevin Holland here. Brendan Allen is no slouch. I don't think he's a jobber by any means. He's a young kid. He's 23, 24, I think. He's a full starter though. He does get hit a lot. He's tough. He's durable, but he's kind of he lets your opponent go first. And I just think Kevin Holland's a better striker. I think Brendan Allen's a finisher. He likes to get taken the fight down the mat. He has really good submissions. But I think if this fight hits the mat, Kevin Holland has the advantage. And I mean, I just don't see where Allen has an advantage in this fight. Like I think he's tough. Like I think he's gonna win fights in the UFC. But I just think Kevin Holland's the better fighter, man. Wherever the fight goes. So I'm gonna go with Kevin Holland. I think he's gonna submit Brendan Allen, man. And I like Kevin Holland, man. I think he's gonna put together in this fight and get a big finisher. So next fight we got Randy Costa versus Boston Salmon. This is a very close fight. This is a fight I've had a tough time with because I actually like Randy Costa a lot. I know he's really green, and last fight with Brandon Davis was the only fight he's been out of the first round. I mean, pretty sure all of his fights before that he's only been out of the second minute or something like that. Like he's a finisher and he throws heat. Like I think he has more power in Boston Salmon. I think Boston Salmon is more technical, but I do think that he has a problem on the feet with his defense, and I think Costa can definitely crack him. But I think Salmon's probably more well-rounded. He probably can get this to the mat. He has a grappling advantage. But I mean, I really like what I see from Costa. I mean, I know Boston Salmon's, I liked what I saw from Boston Salmon too, and then he got knocked out last fight. But then if you watch the tape on him, he keeps his hands very low. He is more technical here. But like I mentioned, I just think Costa has more power, and Costa throws bombs, and like bombs. So I mean, I do see some advantages for Salmon. Like he has a grappling advantage. I think he has better cardio. I think they both have pretty good chins. They both get hit a lot. I know that Salmon's got knocked out. Costa gassed last fight versus Davis, but that was on short notice, and he put everything in every shot. He's a finisher though, so the later the fight goes, you got to get the advantage of Salmon. And even though I like Salmon, like I don't think he's a jobber. Like he has potential. I like what I see, man, from Randy Costa, even though he's green. So I mean, they're both green, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Randy Costa. I think he puts away Boston Salmon. I think it's a really good fight, back and forth. But yeah, I'll go Costa by knockout in the second round. Next fight we got Kyle Bochniak versus Sean Woodson. Now this is an interesting fight. I do think that Bochniak's at the bottom of the division. He's like what? He's like 1-5 in the UFC. I think. Yeah, he is because he didn't beat Enrique Barzola, so I mean he should be 1-5. I think he's 2-4 technically, but he should be 1-5. I actually bet him versus Hakeem Dawood. I don't think Hakeem's that good. I think he's a fraud in my opinion. But we'll see what happens in his next fight. I'm pretty sure he's booked. I forgot who he's fighting. But yeah, Bochniak, man, he's tough. Okay, he has good hands. He has good pressure. he has low volume. The guy just doesn't throw that much, and he has wrestling. I feel like he has the wrestling advantage here because you saw in the Contender Series, Woodson. He has all the potential, man. He's a big freaking featherweight. This guy has like a huge reach advantage here. Have you seen his jab? Like, dude, his jab is like for real. Great jab, great striking. Like, this guy's striking for real, and his takedown defense looked pretty good on the feet against McKinney, but then when McKinney got him down, he kind of just kept him down. So McKinney definitely won the first round. I think he took him down twice, but like it was hard for him to get him down at first, but then he just tripped him. But yeah, Wilson trains at a good camp, man. He trains at Gore MMA with James Krause. Bochniak has a wrestling advantage. I think he could take him down, but Bochniak doesn't have good top control. And I mean, I think if Bochniak takes him down, I think Wilson can get right back up. So McKinney's a way better grappler than Bochniak is. And I mean, Bochniak's taken a lot of damage lately, man. I mean, he has a good chin, but he wears it. He gets hurt a lot of his fights. And, I mean, Woodson's a way better striker. Woodson's just so much more athletic on the feet, so many more tools. The only problem I just think is the grappling. I don't think Bochniak's going to hurt him on the feet, and I just don't think the grappling will be enough to beat a guy like Woodson because I think Woodson's not going to, I think Woodson's be able to get back up. I don't think Bochniak can control him for 3 rounds. So, and Bochniak slows down too. So I'm going to go with Woodson. I think he's going to put a beating on Bochniak. He was one of the plays I was thinking about betting, but I have 3 plays. They're all dogs, but yeah, I'm more confident in my plays than the Woodson play. So I'm gonna go with Woodson with I think he puts him away. I know Bochniak's so tough, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Woodson with the 3rd round TKO. But I'm not playing Woodson. I want to sit back and watch it. So next fight, we got. Is this my first fight? No, it isn't. Okay, I guess all my plays are on the main card. Yeah, we got Molly Meatball McCann versus Diane Belbita. This is a setup fight for Meatball. I used to think that she was a jobber and all this stuff, but she's improved. I mean, you watch her last fights, and she's no slouch, dude. I think that she could definitely win more fights in the UFC. I think she could be maybe even a top 15 girl. I mean, she has really good hands, good boxing, great chin, great cardio. Her grappling's not bad either. I mean, that's how she beat Cachoeira as well. She took down Lipsky too. Which is, I thought Lipsky was going to win that fight, but I think now, you have to say she's a fraud, which I think she is. But yeah, I like Meatball. I think she's better wherever the fight goes. I don't think Babita is that good at all. I mean, this girl lost to Stanchu, she got tapped out against Lipsky too. Yeah, so I got Meatball. I got Meatball with this. Did she finish her? I don't know. Yeah, I'll go Meatball with the decision, but I think she makes it look pretty easy. So next fight, we got Charles Rosa versus Manny Bermudez. This is a pretty interesting fight. Rosa hasn't fought in a very long time. Definitely he hasn't fought in like over 2 years. I think April 2017 was the last time he fought. Which is a very long layoff. He's also a full-time chef. But he has been training. Obviously, he trains at American Top Team. He's been training with Colby. One thing that I think that is like really is off is I know like a lot of people are always mentioning the whole fight with Burgos and all this and how the judges said it was 2-0. Like if you watch that fight really closely, it was not 2-0. I don't care what the judges say. It was 1-1 and all the momentum was in Burgos' corner. I mean, Rosa was definitely gassing out that. The thing is, it's all about the stylistic matchup here. Like, I think Manny's going to be good at 145. Like, he was huge at 135. So the weight cut definitely had a big thing. I mean, Manny's missed weight before. I think 45 is perfect for Manny. I think Rosa probably has the better striking, but I don't think it's like I don't think it's like way better. I think it's close. Like Rosa has pretty good kicks. He has good pressure. He has a good chin, but he gets hit a lot, or hurt a lot in a lot of his fights. He can get taken down too. I mean, Dennis Seaver took him down. I mean, he's been taken down, in multiple fights. But yeah, he's a BJJ black belt, but I just don't think he has the bangers on the mat. I think Manny Bermudez, man, is a nasty ground game, dude. This guy's elite on the mat, and it's just one of those fights where if you got Rosa dog money, yeah, I can see a small play on Rosa, but just a long layoff, the injuries and all that stuff, like I just don't think Rosa's that good of a fighter, man. He's so tough, like he comes forward and like he's not a jobber or anything, but I just think the upside Manny. I mean, yeah, Manny lost to Casey Kenny, but I just think Manny's gonna be going forward, and I think, like I mentioned, I think Rosa definitely has a better striking, but it's close. But I think Manny's gonna get the fights to the mat, and Manny always gets the fights at the mat. And once he gets him down there, I think Manny's gonna pull off the sub. So I'm gonna go with Manny for the submission, but I'm not playing this fight. So next fight we got a fight that I actually really wanted to play, but I kind of messed up because I wanted to bet this fight at plus money, but now he's a favorite, so I passed. We got Darren Stewart versus Deron Winn. Yeah, I got Deron Winn here, man. All day. I think he's a really good prospect at 85. People are saying he should drop the welterweight. He cannot drop the welterweight, man. This guy's thick. There's no way he can make 170. Um, I think he's good, man. I know his fight with Spicer, he went out there and tried to strike and brawl with him. I mean, if he took him down in the mat, it would have been over. But then again, Spicer has a great ground game. He didn't want to risk it. I mean, Deron Winn is an elite grappler, an elite wrestler. This guy's wrestling is ridiculous. And Stewart's been taking down a lot of his fights. I mean, Shabazian's good. I like him a lot. I think he's a great prospect. I think he's going to be a top 10 guy. But Winn has better grappling and wrestling than him. And if Edmund went out there and took him down 6, 7 times and beat him with the grappling, Winn's going to do it easier, in my opinion. I mean, Winn has good striking, too. I mean, Winn's relentless, great pressure, good chin, good cardio. Stewart's improved, for sure. He's not a jobber, okay? Like, he's on a 2-fight winning streak, but I see the hole in the grappling, and I think Winn's going to exploit it. So I'm going to go with Winn, and I think Winn's going to put him out. I think Winn's going to finish him with a TKO on the mat. So I'll go with Deron Winn second round. I wanted to bet him really bad, but I'm not betting him in juice because I told myself I'm staying away, man. So I'll go Deron Winn, and I'll be playing him on DraftKings for sure. So next fight, this is my first fight, my first bet of the night. We got Macy Barber versus Julian Robertson. And yeah, I bet Robertson early, man. I put 2 units on her at plus 160. Let me check real quick, just sure. Pretty sure. No, I'm sorry. The 2 units at plus 165, and then 1 at plus 160. So yeah, I don't think Macy Barber's bad. I think Macy Barber's a good prospect. I think I think she's going to win a lot of fights in the division. I just think this is a bad matchup for her. I think that this is too much too soon for her. Robertson's 4-1 in the UFC. I mean, all of her wins are by submission. I get that she's one-dimensional, but I think her striking's definitely improved. And the thing with her is, it doesn't matter. Like, she's just so relentless, and she comes forward, and her grappling and her chain wrestling is just so good. Like, even if she goes out there and can't get Barber down, she's gonna get her down the second, the third, the fourth shot. Like, her grappling, in my opinion, is one of the best grapplings. She's one of the best grapplers in the division, and I don't really care that she's one-dimensional. It's because her grappling is so good, and it's not like her striking sucks. Like, she has a good jab, but the thing is, she has such good pressure. She goes forward, and her double leg or chain wrestling is just so elite. And once she gets you down the mat, I don't care if she gets reversed against Macedo, like she's nasty off her back. I mean, she just tapped out a legit black butt against Sarah Frota. I mean, she tapped out Molly Meatball McCann. Yeah, Whitmire's not really that good. She tapped her out, but I mean, she's beating pretty decent competition. Yeah, the Frota fight, people are saying Frota's a fraud. She's not the best and all that stuff, but she went out there and tapped out a legit black belt, dude. Like, come on, dude. Like, you got to give her Robertson the respect. Like, once this fight hits the mat, it's her role, her back take. I mean, everything about it. Her ground and pound, dude. Like, I actually think Roberson's a huge threat for a lot of these girls. And I think Barber is a good fighter, like I mentioned. I mean, Barber's, she's a good striker. She has the better striking for sure. And she's going to probably hurt Robertson. But Robertson has a really good chin. And Roberson's not going to give up. She's going to keep on looking for that takedown. And once she gets that takedown, it's over. Like, I don't think Barber's going to have any advantage on the mat. I think Barber could maybe sweep her out, maybe. But even like I mentioned, Roberson's off her back. Like, dude, her triangle and armbar, everything, man. So I got Robertson. I think if she makes a statement here, I think she makes it look easy, in my opinion. And I mean, Barber, I think Barber can definitely have, her success on the feet because, I mean, Barber's a great striker. Barber has good pressure and all that. But I just think the advantage on the mat is huge, man. You can say Barber has a good advantage on the feet, which I do. I think Barber has a good advantage on the feet, but I don't think he's going to be on the feet for that long. I'm telling you right now, Roberson's going to go after her like she always is after her fighters. It's not like Robertson backs up and waits for you to go first. I mean, Roberson's right out the gate, great pressure, relentless, and like I mentioned, the chain wrestling. She doesn't quit going for the takedown. She's going to get you down the mat, and once it's down the mat, it's her world. So I got Julian Robertson, and I'm going to go out and make a statement here. I think she puts Barber away in the first round with a submission. So, next fight, we got Joe Lauzon versus Jonathan Pearce. I also have a play here. I bet Joe Lauzon. I'm just kidding. I bet Jonathan Pearce 3 units at plus 100. I think this is a terrible matchup for Joe Lauzon. I think Lauzon at the end of his career, he hasn't won a fight in a very long time. He's like, what is he? Like, I wrote the stat down, but I know he's on a 3-fight losing streak. Like, I think he's lost 4 of his last 5. But I mean, he's been taking beatings. This guy should not be fighting. He's only fighting because it's in Boston, his hometown. I mean, the guy just has like a couple minutes and then he's done. Jonathan Pearce, I know he's green. I know he's making his debut. I know that he hasn't fought the best competition. This guy is a very good cardio, great chin, and he's relentless. That's why, like, it's all about the matchup. This guy's a terrible matchup for Rosa. This guy's gonna be going forward and he's gonna be throwing bombs. He has a good jab, a good right hand. I'm telling you right now, like he's just gonna be coming forward, eating shots, and his cardio is gonna get him the win. He trains it. Um, Fight ready. Oh my god, dude! Like it's a terrible matchup, dude. Jonathan Pearce all day here. He's gonna absolutely finish Joe Lauzon the first round, and Lauzon's gonna get retired here. The striking is just a huge advantage, man, for Pearce. Pearce is better on the feet. He has good takedown defense too. Lauzon has been fighter than that. He has been subbed before, but I don't see it, man. I think Lauzon's so shot and done. I really think Pearce is gonna hurt him right out the gate and get a first round finish. So next fight, we got Greg Hardy versus Ben Sosoli. I mean, what do you really have to say about this fight? This is a squash match. You guys know how I feel about Greg Hardy. I think he's going to make waves. I think he's going to be one of the best fighters in the division. You don't have to like the guy, okay? We all know about his past, but I mean, from a betting perspective, this guy's going to. I think he's going to win a lot of fights. I mean, he won. I won big on him last fight versus Juan Adams. He's going to smoke Sosoli. I'm not betting him at juice, but DraftKings, he's better than Ben everywhere. He's just so athletic and all more. He's so much more faster and athletic than all these guys. Ben's so slow. Greg Hardy all day, whatever he wants to do, he's gonna go out there and knock him out in like 40 seconds. Next fight, we got Yair Rodriguez versus Jeremy Stephens. This is my last play. I bet on Rodriguez. I think he's just a way better fighter than Jeremy Stephens. I think he's way better on the feet. He has so many more tools in the feet. I mean, his striking, his movement, he's athletic. Yes, Jeremy Stephens training with Ferguson. That's not going to matter here. He's so slow. He's not going to be able to read Yair. Yair's going to pick him apart at range. Great jab, great kicks. His hands are good. I mean, it's going to be hard to get this fight to the mat. This isn't Frankie Edgar in his prime and all that stuff. But Jeremy Stephens isn't even. It's going to be hard for Jeremy Stephens to get into that. Rodriguez has a good ground game too. Rodriguez has good jiu-jitsu. But yeah, this is 3 rounds. Even if it's 5 rounds, like I mentioned, I bet Rodriguez the first time. Everyone's saying Rodriguez is, a fraud and all this stuff. He's smoked against Jeremy Stephens. I mean, God, people I just don't see the Jeremy Stephens fight. I think Rodriguez is one of the best prospects in the division. I think he's one of the best fighters in the division. Rodriguez is going to go far. I bet Rodriguez versus Babita right now. So, I mean, I got Rodriguez. I think he's going to play with him, and I think Rodriguez is going to finish Jeremy Stephens brutally in the second round. I mean, the knees, everything. Jeremy Stephens, he's technical, like he has good power and all that stuff, but I mean, the guy has the most losses in UFC history, dude. I mean, he's on the decline for sure. He's lost like 4 of his last 7 fights, and yeah, he went out there and beat Josh Emmett controversially, but Stephens is going to get picked apart here bad. So I got Rodriguez, and he's going to finish him. So main event, we got Dominic Reyes versus Chris Weidman. Very tough fight. I'm going back for him in this fight. So, I mean, Weidman's, at the end of his career, he's been knocked out 4 of his last 5 fights. I mean, it's been bad. He's moving up a weight class, so I feel like he's going to look better. His chin's going to look better. He's a tough guy. I know he's been finished 4 of his last 5 fights, but, Dominic Reyes obviously is a better striker here, but, I mean, the guy's a blue belt. The guy got taken down versus Jeremy Kimberly, okay? Volkan took this guy down. Volkan doesn't even have grappling, dude, okay? OSP, took this guy down. I mean, yeah, OSP's, pretty decent fighter. He tapped on one call and all that stuff, but, I mean, this is a very tough fight. And the way that he gets up his back, Weidman, dude, is relentless, and his ground game is nasty. Okay, he tapped out Kelvin Gastelum. Damn, I don't know, man. I want to pick Reyes just because he's way better on the feet and he's more durable. But I mean, if he's taken down, he's in deep trouble. I mean, Weidman's, like I mentioned, at the end of his career, but huge advantage on the mat. It's 50-50. I feel like it's really close. So I'm gonna go with Dominic Reyes. I think he's gonna finish Chris Weidman, but Chris Weidman is 100% alive here, and I kind of hope Weidman wins. So many people are disrespecting Chris Weidman here. I mean, I've heard everything. I mean, a lot of stuff, man. And I mean, like I mentioned, he's washed up, but I mean, the guy's a former champ. The guy, has good striking too. Like the guy, it's all about his chin. That's the thing. But if he takes his fight to the mat, which he's gonna get him down the mat for sure. So, and Reyes has got back up, but I mean, none of those guys compare with Weidman. So, I want to pick Weidman. I'll probably be playing him on DraftKings, but I'll go with Reyes. I think he hurts him. I think he catches him, but I do think that Weidman gets him down. I do think Weidman puts him in some bad spots that have Reyes better sweating their ass off. But I'll go with Reyes by finish. But I wasn't impressed with his last fight versus Volkan. I thought he didn't look good. I mean, his cargoes, he gasses too, but we'll see. I got Reyes, but I'm not confident. So there you go. That's my plays. Read the comments real quick. Yeah, I see a lot of disrespect, man. I've been seeing a lot of people, man, saying Barber's gonna smoke Joan Robertson. I like Barber. I think she's a good prospect. I really do. But I just think that this is a bad matchup for her, and I think Robertson's gonna get her down the mat, and it's gonna be over. Roberson's ground game is lethal. I'm telling you right now. I mean, once she puts together her striking, she's gonna be a top 5 chick. So I mean, maybe even more. I like Robertson a lot, dude. So yeah, there you go. This Friday, I think next week is 5 a.m. card, or no, I'm sorry, 2 a.m. card. But yeah, let me know in the comments below who everyone has, and later, guys.